Hi, I'm Alex Anders, and this is Bisexual Real Talk. What is asexual? What is demisexual? And is it possible to be those and bisexual at the same time? That's what I'm going to be talking about through today's email from one of you guys. But before I do, 3 quick announcements. First, I have included chapters in this video, and I'll be including them moving forward, so that if you want to find a specific area in the video that you'd like to watch again, you can do that only on YouTube. Or if you just want to jump to a certain part, you can do that too. Secondly, check out my 1-minute summaries. I've been uploading them since the beginning of the year, and I will continue to do that until February 16th. They're a great way of figuring out whether one of those videos is a video you'd like to watch, or if you've already watched the video, to remind yourself of the highlights of it. But honestly, if you watch 1-minute summaries, you're going to want to watch the full things if you find the topic interesting. Just a word. And finally, if you have any questions you'd like me to answer, you can always send me an email. And the email address is in the description below. But if there's something more in depth that you'd like to actually talk to me about, like one-on-one, to get advice from, there's a way that you can do that now. If you check out my Patreon page, one of the tiers is for a one-on-one conversation. And it doesn't just have to be one conversation. It could be multiple conversations. And they're going to be an hour long. And you can have as many of those as you like. It's just a matter of choosing in that tier. So if you'd like to talk to me about your specific situation, feel free to check me out on Patreon. Now, here's the email and the question. The email says, Hi. I came across your podcast a while ago and have really enjoyed listening to it. I'm trying to figure out a little about myself, and I thought I would send you a question. Is it possible to be Demi and Bi at the same time? So here's a little about me to maybe help understand why I ask. Thankfully, there have been so many terms that have been coming out that are helping people to be more open about who they are. I am a nearly 50-year-old woman. I started dating my husband in high school, so I really have nothing to compare my sexuality to other than him. I have grown up and still live in a very rural Midwestern area. Growing up, I really only heard the term straight and gay. Knowing I found boys attractive, my assumption was that I was simply straight. I found many boys, girls, and basically bodies in general attractive. But I started dating my now husband and followed the understanding that I was a straight person. I liked sex with my husband, and without going into anything more, I've been understanding what demisexual means. I like the thought of sex. I enjoy taking care of myself, watching it with any gender. I, however, am now learning that actually having sex for me must be with a person I am extremely comfortable with. So many folks are able to hook up with random people. I haven't been comfortable with it. I've also wondered if I have a true attraction to women, but I have no ability to try it out. I feel like kissing a woman I don't know would also be like kissing a man I don't know, just uncomfortable. I really don't have a need or desire to come out as anything to anyone other than myself. But I guess my question is, do demisexual and bisexual fit under the same label, or are they completely different things? Thanks for listening, and hope no names are used in this answer. Well, person who will remain nameless, before I answer the question of whether or not demisexual and bisexual can exist on the same umbrella, it's helpful to know what the two things are. So demisexual, for the uninitiated, demisexual is when your sexual desire only comes after getting to know someone better. So you don't feel a sexual desire until you create a connection with them. That's what demisexual means. And that falls within the family of other words one of which is asexual. And asexual is when you have a limited sexual attraction or sexual desire, or zero sexual attraction or desire. Another term that people use would be graysexual. So graysexual and asexual are essentially the exact same thing. One tends to be a more scientific word, like words that scientists use, which is asexual, and graysexual is simply an identity. So that's what they are. And those family of words, whether they be asexual, graysexual, demisexual, they all look at the quantity of sexual desire, the quantity and quality, and when you have sexual desire, how much sexual desire you have. That would be different from sexual orientations like bisexual or homosexual or heterosexual. Those words look at your focus, the focus of your sexual desire. So one is looking at quantity and when you have the sexual desire. The other one is looking at when you have the sexual desire, who is it focused towards? So in that way, yes, you can absolutely be demi and bisexual, or asexual and bisexual. Now, there are also people who use asexual and graysexual not just as, a way of quantifying how much sexual desire you have, but also as an identity. So some people might say, instead of saying they're gay or straight or bi, they might say that they're ace, or that they're asexual, or that they're graysexual. Now keep in mind that there's sexual identity and there's sexual orientation. Sexual identity is a name, a word that you can make up if you wanted to. You could call yourself a pillowsexual if you wanted to. That can then create some sort of definition towards that. So sexual identity is like your name. You could just call yourself whatever you want, irrelevant on what's on your birth certificate or anything else. It's just you make up something, you come up with something, you can call it. You could call yourself straight even though you are completely homosexual. You can call yourself bi, you can call yourself ace, you can call yourself whatever. So there are people who use asexual as an identity. And that is completely different from a sexual orientation, whereas a sexual orientation is more the objective looking at something and what, to determine what they are. And that's homosexual, heterosexual, and bisexual. So can you use demi and bi both being identities as opposed to sexual orientations or scientific words? Yeah, you can. You can make up anything you want. You can call yourself a demi-bi, or you can call yourself just demi or just bi or whatever else. So yeah, those are definitions of the words, and that is how you can use it. You can use it to describe yourself scientifically, or you can use it as an identity. And also you can consider it a sexual identity. But that would be different from focusing on who you're attracted to, which would be people who are bi or straight or poly or pan or anything like that. So I hope that was helpful. And I just want to do another reminder that if you have a question that you'd like me to answer, you can always send it through an email address in the description below. Or if you want to have a one-on-one conversation with me, you can do that by checking out my Patreon page and checking out the top tier, which is a one-on-one conversation where I can talk to you about whatever is going on in your bisexual life. That's it. Until the next video, stay cooler, my bisexual friends. Stay cooler. Bye.